So I've been noticing my hair sticking out all these weird places since I started cutting it short. And it wasn't that way the first time I cut it short. I mean, the first time I kept it really short because I only keep it about that long. I say I don't want it any longer than that. So it's about 3/4 of an inch short, something like that. And when I started getting it cut that short once a month, it would still kind of lay down and be normal. But after about 6 months or a year of doing that, because normally I would cut it short and then let it grow for 6 months or 8 months and then get it cut short again. This time I've just decided just to keep it short. But what's happening is now my hair is just taking on a mind of its own. It's just growing up straight. It's going different directions. And it doesn't matter if I comb it or not. It just doesn't like to stay down. It looks like it's crying out for butch wax. Put some butch wax on me. So I was telling my friend about it, and she's a beautician. She was saying, you know, it doesn't matter really. I mean, what's happening is just that however you lay on your head, wherever you do, that's where your hair is sticking out at. It's not really your hair having any curl in it. And then I looked today and I thought, well, it's impossible for me to lay on the very top of my head. That just doesn't happen ever. And so I really trust my friend's position on this because she's a professional. But I look at my head and I think that hair is just kind of doing whatever it wants. And I thought about how often we just do whatever we want. I mean, for a while we'll lay down and we'll take whatever's coming at us, but then things get just cut a little bit too short in our lives. And it's just beyond anything that we can take, beyond anything we want to deal with, and pretty soon we're standing up to whatever comes our direction. And we're putting things in our own hands and taking charge. I don't know if that's what my hair is doing, but it feels like it. It feels like the curls from my youth are just breaking free and taking charge again. Up there on the head where I used to try to comb them down and grow out my hair long so they wouldn't just take over. I used to have a friend who would always tell me, Eric, if you just cut your hair and keep it short, those hair would just turn curly all over again, just like you were a kid. And I was never going to cut my hair short when I was younger. But I thought about how many times there's something inside of us that's just waiting to come out. Just waiting to come out, and all you need to do is cut it back to let it grow, and we've been pressing it down, and it just doesn't take on a life of its own because we've kept it down for so long. And then if we would just go ahead and trim some of it back. Now, you don't always want to trim it back, and a perfect example of that is this olive tree behind me. This olive tree, it was huge. It was taller than the sanctuary. Now, I think the eaves of that sanctuary are around 40 feet on the eaves at the bottom. And it was huge. I mean, absolutely huge. And I thought I would save some money about 7 or 8 years ago. And when I was in college, I used to trim trees occasionally for a little extra money. And so I got up into that tree, climbed up there, and I got a chainsaw from home, and I just started cutting away at that tree. I cut that thing down to next to nothing. And I thought, you know, olive trees live forever. There's nothing I can do wrong to this tree. Now, this is the truth. I could have hired someone to come in and trim it for about $500 or $800. And I thought, that's ridiculous. I can do it for free. But so much came off of it that I had to pay some guy $500 to come and haul everything away from it. It was so much. It was phenomenal. Way more than we could ever put in our dumpsters if we'd waited weeks. And then on top of that, that was more than 10 years ago. And half of this poor tree still has never come back. Now it's still alive and it's coming out and sprouts all over it, but it's never taken on the same pretty shape. Conversely, we've never had to worry about olives all over the place and being dragged into the church. So before you go cutting everything up, you might want to think about what you want to live. Now, in our lives, there are times when we just have to cut back on certain things, whether it's coffee at night, whether it's overeating, whether it's just bad manners, bad habits, or wanting to get our own way all the time. And all of us have issues with all of those things. Maybe it's too much social media, maybe it's too much gaming. Whatever it is, there are areas where we each one could use some cutting back. But then there are other times that when we cut back, the positive is going to happen. It's going to spring forth. It took a year for this hair to start come out curly. And I think to myself, it would be so cool if when I was a little kid, I mean, up until the time I was about 3, my hair was just curly all over the top of my head, all these cool pictures of it. If I ended my life the same way, if my hair just went curly all over the place again, like my friend said it might. And so I'm just going to keep on letting it do that. Or It might be like this olive tree. I just may end up with a few gray sprouts and the other half of it gray. Some of it growing, some of it not. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm in it for the excitement and in it for the adventure. I hope you're in your life for the excitement and the adventure, even if it's something as simple as cutting your hair, or if it's something as great as taking on a big new challenge. Don't be afraid, just to wait and see what happens. Hey, thanks so much to those of you who've been watching along with me. I started doing these little vlogs a year ago, this last week, and this is vlog number 300. And some of you, all 4 or 5 of you who have watched along the way with me, thanks so much. It's been fun. I've really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll go for 400 or not. I think I will. It motivates me to have this additional task to do each day, because I don't want to be mediocre. I want to be absolutely miraculous. And I legitimately believe that someday my kids, my grandkids, maybe even my great-grandkids will have the opportunity to look at this. And they'll know that their grandpa, their dad, their great-grandpa loved them and wanted to do something. And maybe you'll get something out of it along the way as well. Hey, be the miracle in life. Be the miracle. Let your hair get curly. Trim your own tree. Get out and take on a new adventure in your life. Start a vlog. Try something brand new and just let it go completely. I think I just might go to Hawaii for a week or 2. Have a great evening. God bless you.